What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, brothers? All right. Anyhow, just trying to get my notes pulled up here. Put this over here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm starving. I have not got a chance to eat yet. I have literally been like on this computer looking at baseball up until today for the last like 2 hours. Seems like 3 hours. Then I got to get in some UFL. We're doing a UFL podcast. Me and another guy from the Discord and the Beer Money Picks. Right. Here we go. What's up and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks. I am your host as always. Thanks so much for popping in. Today we are live on Twitter. We are live on YouTube as well. We are live on YouTube every single day at 11:30. On Twitter, it's only every other day. So do me a favor, if you are watching this on Twitter, either live or recorded. First off, if you're live, drop a comment in there, say hi. I can see that, pull it up on the screen. But do me a favor, retweet this, share it, tell your friends, trying to grow this bad boy. We have been having some record days. I'm telling you, record days the last 2 or 3 episodes this week. In fact, really good showing for some of you guys showing up, everything like that. So do me a favor, if you're on Twitter, retweet it, share it, bookmark it, whatever it is. Do whatever you can to, help me grow. And if you like the show, if you're watching it, like I said, live or recorded, if you like the show, come on over to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab. Give me a follow. In fact, I would prefer you guys to be watching on YouTube because that helps for some of my stats and everything like that. I like to go live on YouTube just, to get some more eyes on it. For other people, I mean, I got 22,000 followers on Twitter. I have 600 subscribers on YouTube, but trying to get those 22,000 pushed over to YouTube so I can start making some of that YouTube money and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into it here, guys. I'm thinking that's a goat emoji. I'll take it. I'll take it. Hey. I thought you were trying to tell me you were pooping. Was pooping. That's funny. That's funny. All right. So here, let's pull the weather up. Oh, got a new hat. Look at this bad boy. I'll take it off here. I got long hair right now, but it's got the Vikings hat. This is actually the draft hat for this year. So you can get them on Fanatics, and no plug or anything, obviously, but you can get them on Fanatics already. So I got the one from last year or 2 years ago. So pretty cool. Like whoever the Vikings draft first will have this. And then I picked this one up too. Got a nice little like black, gray, and like purple camo on it. Nice gray color. Super cool. It's weird. I got an Angels hat coming. I just kind of wanted some color, wanted a red hat. I really liked it. And then I got a Blue Jays hat picked out that I think coming too. This Fanatics Sportsbook, man, I tell you, I'm only betting on here so I can get their points. But like I paid $6 for these two things. I have a Vikings shirt and a Anaheim hat coming. Are they? Yeah. Yeah, awesome. And then they messaged me overnight, midnight, and they're like, they want to call me because they want me to be VIP with their book. And it's like, hey, if you aren't going to limit me on these promos, I'm going to keep dropping like $500, $1,000 a pop just on these stupid bets just so I can get these promos, get all these hats and stuff. Man, I'll take it. Let's go, though. First off, how do we want to go? Let's do a recap, I guess, as we usually do. Today is Friday, the 5th. Before we get into today's plays, take a look back and see what we did yesterday. Unfortunately, we had an 0-3 day. What the hell? It doesn't happen very often, but then unfortunately, it seems like in the last week we've had 2 of them. But the last time I went 0-3, I followed up with a 3-0 and then a 2-1. You're gonna have goofy days. I say it all the time. I say it all the time. MLB is a very difficult sport. You got to grind. You're going to take some L's. It's about staying disciplined and, stacking up when you can. Yesterday in the Discord, I had a winning play and a losing play. And then, I was maybe down 0.3 units because I did a little lotto at the end. Hey, I'll take that as a win. The last time I had a break-even day, I came out swinging. We were up 5 units in the Discord. And then I think that was the day we probably went 3-0 on the podcast as well. So MLB is an up and down for sure. You just gotta ride with it. So I apologize for a bad day, but we'll be looking for a bounce back. I do think we need to stay away from player props or limit ourselves to just one because they're so volatile, unfortunately. So yesterday we had a Nationals money line that missed. Unfortunately, bad call there. I certainly will admit that one. The Andres Jimenez over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I could honestly probably sit here for 40 minutes and complain about this bet. First and third, the guy's on third base. First and third, there's no outs. It's a sharp hit ball to third. They could go for the double play. Nah, they decide to get him in a rundown at home. He could have scored and had us cashed out there. If they would have taken the double play, they wouldn't have given up. They gave up 3 runs in that inning. So they choose to get him out at home, which would have cashed up if he would have scored. Then fast forward to later in the game, first and third, no outs. He's up to bat, hard hit to first base. Plenty of time to turn 2, try to get out of this inning. Guess what they did? They threw it home. Got the guy tagged out. So 2 opportunities where they chose to stop the run instead of getting a double play. I mean, they lost by 3, I think, anyway. Really weird defense. That one should have cashed. Like I said, we'll stop. Actually, one more time. He was up to bat. They hit him. They hit him. So what are we going to do, guys? Super frustrating. Then Salvador Perez hit the ball hard, just didn't get done for us. So we'll get into it here, though. Like we have been doing, I'm going to pull up we'll pull up the weather. And actually, I think I realized I'm going to pull this off too, so you guys can see it a little better. This is I just been liking to do is just add a little extra content to, it's really important to make sure we understand what's going on in the weather. No games, possible rain out, so it's really nice. We got to be careful, just like we ran into that issue with the Braves. People had that run line and got canceled or delayed, and then the game ended after 8, and then a run line doesn't count. Do have some heavy wind though in the top right. I don't know how small this is for you guys. I can see it on my other screen here, obviously, but we got 18-mile-an-hour wind in San Francisco. Colorado, we got 18, Cubs 15, New York 14. So we got a lot of games going on here. You can see, we do have wind blowing out in Yankee Stadium though, so that's looking good, especially off to the right. I think they got that short porch in right field, so that might be nice for like a lefty hitter. Tigers got it blowing straight out, but sometimes that doesn't mean that it's going to be a home run or anything like that. But we do have it blowing out, and Tigers have it blowing in at Cubs Stadium at Wrigley, blowing out 20 mile an hour to center field or so for the Rockies. We'll talk about that one later. Blowing out at Pirates, blowing out to right center at Giants, blowing out to right at the Reds. And then you guys can see the rest of it here. For those of you that are on YouTube, I'll link you if you want to check it out. Let me pull my thing back up here. So that's nothing crazy for the weather. If you got Ballpark Pal, they're saying that there's going to be, there's a lot of red on there, and there's going to be a lot of bad weather issues all throughout, the year and everything. Well, not the year. I mean, the next month or so, it's going to be a little rough until we can get into it. Let's see. You think Torres is really going to get that hit? I do. I wouldn't have put it out if I didn't think Torres was going to get a hit. Hitting like 5 straight at home. First game back at home. Hits really well against Kikuchi. Kikuchi throws meatballs, man. What else? The Derby over 4.5 automatic play at home, not necessarily on the road, but they get a guaranteed 9th inning at bat on the road, definitely. Yeah, that's why you like to take your team totals for away teams. We'll talk about that game here in a second. Actually, we're about to talk about it right now. Before we get into the plays, though, if you have not hit the like button for me, please hit the like button. If you have not shared this, if you're on Twitter, hit that retweet button. It's free. Hey, it's free to like. This is a free show. It's free to hit the like button. It's free to hit the share, the retweet if you're on Twitter. It's free to subscribe to me on YouTube. Do all those things. Help me out. Let me help you help. Let me help you help me. Let me help you. But yeah, and then before we get in, like I said, later on, if you're not following the Beer Money page either on Twitter or on YouTube, me and Ty's going to be going on there. I don't think live. We're recording it. It'll get posted tomorrow. But we got some UFL content coming up, though. So on that United Football League. So the mixture, the merger of the XFL and the USFL. So some good stuff there. But all right, guys, here we go. Play number 1. Appreciate everybody that's been showing up. I see 35 people live on YouTube. We hit actually 67 as a cap yesterday. Not every day is going to be booming day. People get busy at different times. Also live on Twitter. So I expect us to probably have a lower day today on, YouTube, as people can probably just watch on Twitter. But not breaking records every day, but I'm certainly excited to hit 100 live watchers here, hopefully in the next month or something like that, as we continue to go up. So definitely keep telling your friends. First play I like today is the Cubs and the Dodgers over 7.5 runs. Like it. Still I got minus 102 on DraftKings. I don't know what it is on FanDuel, but looking good there. Looking at Ballpark Pal, I don't have it pulled up, but they got projections, low projections. We seen on the weather report, got 15-mile-an-hour winds blowing inwards, which certainly does lead to the potential or the thought for there to be some, not a lot of runs. But if we were to be worried about, weather and looking at all this stuff, I mean, for every single game, we're not going to be playing any overs. We're not going to be liking anything for a month. I mean, you got bad weather all. I mean, shoot, it's not a chance of snow where I lived yesterday. I think it was snowing some in Chicago, so it's cold. It's going to be cold for another month. I'm not going to, be handcuffed or anything like that because of, some of the weather. We're going to get after it. And I think it's too low. I really do think it's too low. With two of these teams that are just fantastic offensively. We have some wind blowing in, like I said, in Chicago. Weather sucked, but the Dodgers are the third best batting average. The Cubs are the sixth best. What this tells me is that we may not get home runs. That's okay. These guys, you got the third best and the sixth best batting average. They're going to get on base, and they're going to hit some singles, doubles, whatever. It doesn't have to be grand slams to get us over this total. We can get it done in just low hits, gappers, anything like that down the line. Dodgers. Cubs have the second best on base percentage. Dodgers have the third. So we're talking walks, hits, anything like that. So they get on base. They're gonna, even walks, getting in trouble with walks. You get one nice little gap or a little double or anything like that is gonna bring us home. Dodgers are scoring the most runs in the MLB. The Cubs are the sixth. So we got a lot of good things going for us just in terms of their offensive stats. They both have been doing really well. You look at Hendricks, the starter for the Cubs, really struggled against the Rangers. Giving up 5 earned runs on 9 hits in just 3 innings. He did not do very well. So then you argue he's back at home. Yeah, I mean, any pitcher's probably going to pitch better. In fact, I've actually seen some pitch better away, which is kind of goofy. But they really struggled against this power lineup of the Rangers and this Dodgers. If you not, we could arguably say it's the most powerful lineup in the league. If not, definitely they rival the Rangers. I mean, that's for sure. But you have Miller on the other side, who did look good, of course. I don't think he's going to have another, shutout type, type outing here. He pitched really well against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are not the same as the Cubs. The Cubs are a much better team than the Cardinals are. The Cubs are going to put runners on. The Cubs are going to hit guys in. Like Darby mentioned up here, I tweeted about it. If you follow me, at Live Joe Betts on Twitter, the Dodgers have gone over 4.5 runs, which is what their team total is at plus 100. So I mean, I don't know if they're baiting us or anything like that, but they've scored 5+ runs in every single game this year. If we continue on that track, I mean, we're nearly there. We're just asking for 3 out of the Cubs. The Dodgers have scored 5+ runs in every year. They've scored 7+. So we're talking combined runs between the Dodgers and their opponents. The total has been 7+ in every game this year. Obviously, we need 8. So they've had 8+ in 8 out of 9 games. The one game that they did not go over 8 or more runs was their very first game in Korea. They didn't score very much. Neither did the Padres, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember who it was that didn't really produce. But you guys, this Dodgers bullpen is really not that good. So once we get Miller out of there, that's a chance for the Cubs to kind of catch up and kind of turn around. The Cubs, if you look at them recently, the Cubs have scored 17, 14, and 14 in their last 3 of their 4 games. In fact, I think they're over this total in 4 of their last 5, if I'm not mistaken. But they're giving up a lot of runs and they're scoring a lot of runs. I think, of course, we have weather blowing in, and I think a lot of people will probably look at that and say under. It's also cold, 42 degrees, 43 degrees. For me, honestly, I'm rocking sweats and a t-shirt. I'm sorry, not that. Reverse that. I'm rocking a hoodie and shorts in this weather, and that's just my Midwest. I went out to check the mail in shorts and a t-shirt and barefoot. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not that cold for LA people. Yeah, sure. Like this is gonna be pretty cold, but I think we got a lot of good things going for us in terms of they're how they're going to match up against each other, the offensive production that we've had out of the bats from both of these teams, and the fact that the Dodgers really don't have that great of a bullpen. Um, so if Miller's pitching really well, then cool. Once bullpen comes in, we'll be doing good. And then Hendricks was having issues, to begin with too. So I like it. First play is going to be the Cubs and Dodgers over 7.5 runs. That one starts at like 2:00 my time, Eastern time. Second play, Corbin Carroll. Today's Corbin Carroll Day. Corbin Carroll. It's a holiday for those of you that celebrate. We get it. It is a bi-weekly. Is that the word? Bi-weekly be every 2 weeks. It is a very often holiday that we get to celebrate. I was reminded in the Discord that I thought we failed on our first one, to be honest, and I forgot this was when the Reds hit that 3-run home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. Maybe it was a 2-run home run to cash us out in awesome, an awesome way or whatever. So we are 1-0. We are 1-0 on Lunchtime in the Lab, fading Corbin Carroll. So why would we stop now? In his last 8 starts against the Phillies, he has only made it out of the 5th inning 2 times. So that's going back a couple years, maybe even 3 years. So he's only got out of the 5th inning 2 times. That means he's had 6 starts against them that he gave up a lot of runs. He struggled. In his last 8 starts, he's given up 1. We'll pretend that one doesn't exist. 7, 5, 6, 9, 6, 4, and 4 earned runs against the Phillies. Yes, the last time he pitched against them, he did do pretty good. That's going to happen. It is certainly going to happen. If it fails here, I bet you I go back to Corbin Carroll Day. I bet you we go and hit up Kyle Freeland Day, which we are also 2-0 in like an effortless fashion against Kyle Freeland. Big names against Corbin have hit very well in their career. Real Muto, 11 hits, .344 batting average, 2 home runs. Harper, 282, not as good. He's had 11 hits against them. Baum, 364, 2 home runs. Schwarber, 333. Man, Schwarber had like a .1 something batting average, maybe a 2 last year. So you're telling me Schwarber's hitting, a third of the time he's getting a hit against Carroll, a dude that's been strike boom or bust. Schwarber has 2 home runs. I like Schwarber to hit a home run today. And the list goes on, obviously. They hit Corbin Carroll really well. Weather, not going to be great. But if we're waiting for great weather, we're going to be waiting all damn month into, May, into mid-May or something like that. So that's not fantastic. However, Corbin Carroll Day, got to get after it. Over 2.5 team total for the Phillies. Somebody had told me, I know this was on DraftKings. In my opinion, DraftKings is the best baseball book. I've said it 100 times. This is on DraftKings. I think it's on ESPN Bet. I think it's on Fanatics. I think those are our 3. I was going to actually make a little cheat sheet, and then I keep ending up having 100 things I have to do. I've been meaning to make a cheat sheet for, which books have first 5 team total, which book has, hits, runs, RBIs. Those are the 2 oddball bets that, certain teams don't have or whatever, So that's the second play. That's the second play. What? I don't know what that comment's supposed to mean. Patrick Corbin Day, though. Phillies over 2.5 first 5 is going to, oh, maybe I said that backwards. Phillies over 2.5. If you don't have it, though, and you want to take the full game team total, I mean, that's not the bet, but I mean, that is going to be that's your alternative, Am I saying Corbin Carroll? I don't think so. I think I know better. I have to go back and check the tape. Fanatics says him at 3.5. If you don't have access, it seems high, to be honest. But the way it's been going and how good the Phillies bats could be, I would take it at 3.5. If you don't have multiple books though available, I don't know if you have DraftKings in your state or not. I would try to take DraftKings. In baseball, man, in sports betting alone, you gotta have multiple books, And then, and somebody said, Phillies run line Sure. I mean, I don't need. But here's the thing though. On that bet, I don't even know who's pitching for the Phillies because I didn't pay attention to it. I saw who was pitching for the Nats, and then moved on or whatever. Um, yeah. If I was saying Corbin Carroll, I don't know. That's weird because I haven't thought about that guy in the longest. So yeah, Patrick Corbin. That's weird. But I'm get notifications doing different things. So all right, first play though, Cubs Dodgers over 7.5. Second play is going to be Phillies over 2.5. First 5 team total because of Patrick Corbin Day. I just looked over, by the way. I don't know if y'all can see this very well. Here, hold on. I pulled some cards yesterday. We'll do a brief intermission. I got a nice patch. Who is this? J.K. Dobbins. Dude's hurt all the time. Nice little patch though here. That's kind of nice. Let me show you this other one. I think this card's pretty cool. And Jigba rookie card, like Funkadelic, with a little rookie card patch on it. What else? Got a Scary Terry. This is numbered through illusions. It's reflections on here super bad. I got a ring camera behind it. That's numbered though. It's number 105 out of 175. So I mean, if it was signed or something, that'd be pretty dope. I got a nice little CJ Stroud. So it's not quite a base, but it's like a bronze, alternative or whatever, $10 card, something like that. But cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right, third play. If you haven't hit the like button for me, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button for me, hit the subscribe button for me. Third play is going to be another first 5 team total. Rays over 3.5. First 5 team total. I normally don't play it. Oh shoot! I threw my phone. I normally don't play it this high. But you really can't deny the weather that they have going. We're at Coors Field. This is the first game at Coors Field. The total for this game is at 12.5. You got just the ultimate hitters ballpark, and you have weather blowing out. You have the wind blowing out pretty heavy. It's warm enough. Everything's looking good. If you look at Ballpark Pal, they have them at a 30% increase in runs. Not for the Rays, just for the game. High increase for home runs too. In fact, if you're in the Discord, I talked about it. Probably going to be doing a little bit of a lotto. This is the perfect type game to do a home run lotto. Try to put Diaz and maybe Blackman, Rosarina, maybe something like that. Do a little home run lotto because they have just fantastic conditions for hitting today. This is truly, I think, the first game that we have really, really good conditions for it, and it makes sense because it's you got a 12.5 total. And we have this, like I said, this is the first game where we truly have fantastic conditions. So I had to get on it. What's this? DQ Stacks, new subscriber to the channel and Discord. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate both of those. Here we go. Ballpark Pro has him at a 30% increase projected for runs today. Gomber. This is another guy I do like to fade. Austin Gomber. Look, that's how I like to bet on the MLB. I like to see which pitcher's pitching, and I like to go against them. I like to fade Patrick Corbin, not Corbin Carroll. Patrick Corbin. I like to fade Gomber. Like to fade Freeland. Jordan Lyles, didn't see him in a rotation. I don't know if he got hurt or not, but that was definitely one from last year. Graham Ashcraft was one. I don't know how he pitched the first time around, but he went through a rough period. But Gomber at home last year, 5-4 with a 7.05 ERA. That's pretty high, guys. At home. He also pitches at this ballpark that people absolutely mash balls at. I mean, it has forever been the hitters ballpark at the Rockies. You also have, I mean, there's science with it, guys. The air's thinner, the ball travels better. You have good, you got wind, you have the thinner air, you have whether or not the humidity is the right, whatever. It's also just the dimensions of the ballpark. It's a hitter's ballpark. Last year, 5-4, 7.05 ERA. In 15 home starts last year, he only made it out of the 5th inning 6 times. That means 9 times he got in trouble and gave up too many runs. In those 6, I mean, he obviously could have given it up too. I like this look a lot with DraftKings. has his earned runs for today set at 3.5. They have the expectation that he's going to give up 4 or more earned runs. Minus 155. When I looked at it, it could be worse. It could be better. I don't know. My dogs are barking if you can hear that. Minus 155. DraftKings is saying, hey, Gomber is going to give up 3, 4 or more earned runs. Perfect, because we need the Rays to score 4 or more runs. We need that in the first 5. Their team total is set to 6.5. I think it was high team total that, so books are already expecting to score. I think, do they? Fanatics has it at 2.5. Is it juiced though? I bet it's juiced. That seems low. I wish Fanatics had a desktop. They don't. They don't have a desktop version of their sports book. It's all on apps. Philly's first 5 team total just went to plus money. I just seen on DraftKings. But anyhow, I mean, not a whole lot of write up. I'm talking fade in Austin Gomber. I'm talking fantastic weather, ballpark factors, everything like that for this matchup today. And the Rays can hit. Rays can hit at times. Not a great, they lost some of their power, unfortunately, to stupid stuff, got deported or whatever. But I like the bet though. I like the bet. So here's what we'll do here. Man, these podcasts on the audio side are definitely getting longer. So we'll wrap up. I'm going to close it out on the audio side here. I do see, at least just one question here. Now's the time. If you guys have anything particular or you're curious or you guys want to talk about anything, show you guys some more football cards. But we'll close it out. See what else you guys have to say. I can hang out for another 10 minutes or something like that. But I've been sucking, guys. I keep forgetting to show you guys all my pictures that I had. But here's the recap, though. We'll leave this screen up here for a second. Anybody that's joined recently, or if you're about to hop out, audio side, though, we're going to go with Cubs and Dodgers over 7.5 runs for today. Phillies over 2.5 first 5 team total. Rays over 3.5 first 5 team total. First time playing a 3.5 on the first 5. Kind of a tall number, but I think we're going to be okay. And that is going to be it. That's the recap for April 5th of Lunchtime in the Lab. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on all social medias at Live Joe Bets. And if you have not checked out the links or my Twitter or anything like that, Beer Money Picks, make sure you do that as well. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. All right. Reminder for the people that are watching here, I think it's just Beer Money Picks, something like that. It'll be tomorrow. I'll share it on my Twitter if you got me there. But we'll be going. We're recording tonight, posting it tomorrow. Just some information on the UFL if you guys are down for that. I got to do some research and everything. Actually, like right when I get off of this. Nuts, if you're still in here. Opinion on no run first innings. I just don't like the bet. I don't mind it. I mean, there's some good opportunities, but baseball is just a swing away from cash in and. At the times that I do like it, it's going to be juiced. If you have like I don't know, Garrett Cole versus Strider kind of thing or something, that's going to be just sitting at like minus 150 and it's not even playable. So the times that I truly do like it, or I would think it's a good bet, it's normally not playable because of like the juice that's on it. But what you guys want to talk about? If you guys don't have anything, we can cut it close or slow or whatever. What's the word? I'm trying to text at the same time. Cubs money line. Oh, against the Dodgers, I don't know. Probably the White Sox fan in me. Dodgers are good. I just I have a hard time like plus 154 though. That's not bad. Honestly, if I were to if I were to bet that, I would take the plus 1.5 for the Cubs. Minus 110. That's a great number. Minus 110 on that. Nearly even money. I talked about the Dodgers having kind of a shaky bullpen. Cubs, I'm thinking there's going to be some runs on both sides, which means the Cubs should be keeping it pretty close. Cubs have the last at bat to be able to get it even closer. If they're down 2 and they end up getting 1 run, something like that. If I were to play it, I would play the Cubs plus 1.5. Just because then if they win, awesome. If they lose by just 1, perfect. Two ways to hit that. Pro, if you're still in here, the first 5 bets, those are not on FanDuel. No, they're DraftKings and I think Fanatics have those. A's no run first inning doesn't look bad. Tigers, yeah. Unless the Tigers get to him, Scooball or whatever, how you say his name, solid pitcher. I'm all about the Tigers today. I do have a play in the Discord, Tigers money line and something else. In fact, I actually played the Tigers money line straight, talking my Fanatics, stuff. They had a 10% boost at a cap of $500 or something like that. I put on it. Stupid, betting that much just to get $10 back in bonus bets or whatever. Round robin home run parlays. Yeah, you definitely can. The first 3 days we went 2 and 3, 2 and 3. You would have had money. The other times you wouldn't have. Round robins cost more money to do it, so I don't ever recommend doing a round robin based off of in terms of like Discord, because you're gonna have to pay more. You're gonna have to pay more for you got to pay more for that bet than you would just running a straight. And I'm trying to hit the big. I'm trying to get the ticket. Like all I got to do, I just got to hit one of those bad boys, and I'm gonna gain like 2,000 followers on Twitter. That's what we really want. Hitters for Toronto. I really didn't like that game. I like Torres though in terms of a hitter for the Yankees. Really good history against Kikuchi, and he hits well against, is it lefties or righties, whichever one. He has it's a huge advantage to the to the handedness of the pitcher. I can't remember if Kikuchi's a lefty or a righty. Big advantage there though. New York and Atlanta definitely. Braves definitely. Yankees are a team that I'm really not really keen on wanting to bet against. Although this is their first home game, if I'm not mistaken, just like it's the first home game for the Tigers. So you would definitely think that they're going to show out. So it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Braves definitely. Yankees, I would certainly lean that way without doing any specific research, but I do know Kikuchi just throws neat meatballs normally as an over type pitcher, and this is the first game at Yankee Stadium. It makes sense. Somebody else asked about Orioles money line I saw earlier. Is that Grayson Rodriguez pitching? Because it's G Rodriguez. I don't think I like that guy. When I looked, that's who I thought it was in my head, and then I was like, I'm not interested in that. Let's see. It is Grayson Rodriguez. I'm not a fan of that guy. I don't know if it's just something in my head that I remember not liking, but yeah, I don't think I like him. Or he'd burn me at some point. Pirates are tough. That's a tough game. I think it's probably priced pretty fair. I don't know if you're picking the Orioles just because they're the favorite or anything like that. Part of me would say we have the Pirates, who have only lost 1 game at plus 116 at home. That's probably the better value. But don't let me if you got a read on it, don't let me skew you on it, because I have not looked at the game. That's just me outside looking in. I also am not. I don't think I'm very familiar with whoever that pitcher is that's pitching either. Jay Jones. Let's see. Who the hell is somebody on the my son's Jared Jones. I don't know who that is. I don't think. Tough game to call, to be honest. I think that's it, guys. I think I forgot to share it. Oh no, I did share it. So home run parlay was going to be Pete Alonso, Kyle Schwarber, and Kyle Tucker for today. Alonso and Tucker both have some pretty good matchups. Schwarber is just, it's really just Patrick Corbin too, though. He's hit him well. He's already hit a couple home runs against them. So Pete Alonso, Kyle Schwarber, and Kyle Tucker for the home run parlay. It was plus 7,349. If you're following me on Twitter, you've seen that already. Or if you're in the Discord, I mean, you've seen it too. I always put that home run lotto in the Discord and on Twitter because obviously it's just people love the day. I got 108 likes on that post about the home run lotto. I just do it every day. 108 likes. Boom. An hour ago. People eat that stuff up. Weather's not great. Man, there's a whatchamacallit. What's it called? Earthquake over in that area. Close to New York area, Jersey area or something like that. It's crazy. But yeah, cold. I mean, it's gonna be sucky cold weather like all the time. It's very hard to cap that, get around it or whatever. It's just something we're gonna unfortunately have to deal with. So it's another one of those. Yesterday, I thought the Nats were going to win because bad weather. They're at home. They have an advantage. That didn't work. The Pirates bats have been like awesome. The Orioles are also a really good team. It's a tough game. Super tough game. Rangers and Astros. I thought I seen. So I like Tucker out of that game. I forget. Oh, Bradford is not a very strong pitcher. Like they've had a lot of success against him. Let me see. What's his first name? I start to see. Let's see. Where you at? Hunter Brown's pretty good. And then some of these guys have faced Hunter Brown, and Corey Seager hits pretty well against Brown. Marcus Semien bats 500 against them, so that's not bad. Here we go. Bradford. Bradford's a lefty. Kyle Tucker bats 400 against them. Abreu bats 400 against them. Alvarez hasn't had a hit against them. I think I looked at the over on that one, and then I saw that it was at 9.5, and I was like, "Ooh, that's gross." But I felt that there was going to be some good runs. But I would lean Astros, especially because it's not really like that far out of they're within the same state. Although the state of Texas is obviously massive, they're in the same state. It's not like there's not a true a crazy home field advantage or anything because they're still so close. Although minus 142 is gross to play on the money line, I'm not a real big fan of run lines at the minus 1.5. So if I were going to do it like my way, like something crazy, I would maybe even add Astros like plus 1.5, probably minus 2 something, and then put that with like the Braves money line, and then you're probably pretty damn close to even money. Oh, Braves is up to minus 300 now. Jeez. Like I kind of like Braves and Royals together for plus 104, but that Braves money line just keeps climbing. It's at minus 300 now. Soto hits or total bases. So Soto hasn't here. Let's do something. Pull this off. And then do this. But I want to share something else. Oh, here we go. Share this tab instead. There you go. So this is Baseball Savant, which there's like different ways to like find this information, and you look up Juan Soto. So he hasn't faced Kikuchi, so you got a lefty on lefty. So normally that's not a very good matchup. So go to splits this year so far. I mean, it's hard because you don't have like a whole lot of like information, but I mean, he's been hitting pretty well. So he's only faced a lefty 7 times and he's got 2 hits. He's batting 333 versus a lefty compared to a righty. He's batting 348. He only has 2 hits against the lefty, but he doesn't face lefties very much. Sometimes, I don't know if it's released or not, but sometimes like they won't even have a guy like this in the lineup if he's facing a lefty. Like I'm not really familiar with the Yankees and how they do it. But let's see. What if we went also to, let's see, StatMuse. Juan Soto versus left-hand pitcher. Let's see. Last year. I mean, he batted 256 last year versus lefties, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs. That's not that bad. If I was gonna bet between 2 hits and 2 total bases, it's always gonna be total bases because you can get that in 1 hit instead of 2 hits. So I don't know if that's what you mean or not, but I would definitely take Soto's total bases over him getting 2 hits. What's going on here? Let's remove this. Let's do this. All right. All right. It's about time. Let's see. Braves minus 1.5. Yeah. I mean, just because they're the Braves, but I definitely don't like the run line. In fact, is it even worth it? No. Minus 146 on a run line, I wouldn't bet it. The Diamondbacks aren't bad. The Diamondbacks are a very good offensive team. Strider is not like, the best. He's good, but that seems gross. Tigers and Braves money line. Yeah, I really like the Tigers today. So that's pretty similar. It's similar to like my Royals and my. But I mean, you're going to be eating minus 116. That's not too bad. Okay. Oh, okay. Last one. Justin Turner. I forgot Justin Turner is on the Blue Jays now. So he bats 444 against Stroman with 2 hits, 2 doubles, and only 1 strikeout. So yeah, I would definitely like him. Just based off, without even really seeing anything else, just based off his history, he's faced him 9 times, only struck out once. That's really good, batting 400. That's the kind of guy you want to bet on because you don't have to worry about him like striking out a bunch. On the other side, Volpe or whatever has faced Kikuchi just once, and he's batting 200. But I don't know how either one of them like match up in terms of what they've been doing. I'll just find out in a second. Maybe. Come on. So I mean, he just went hitless for the first time this year. Volpe's got a hit in every game this year. Yeah, I mean you got 3 good people picked out. My camera went fuzzy. Those aren't bad. But all right, guys, we gotta close it out. Been on here for a minute. I gotta get research going for this football game and help my wife's not feeling very good. See what's going on with the kids and get them probably lunch at this point. So, same thing. Thanks for watching. Here every day at 11:30. Give me a follow on social medias at Live Joe Bets if you haven't already. I give out some plays and you get the home run lottos and some of that stuff differently at different times or whatever. But that's all I got for you guys today. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:30. And like I said, follow me on Twitter, and then you'll be able to catch that other video that I'm going to record tonight. That's going to be for tomorrow. But if you want some extra information on some football and everything like that, we'll have a video out tomorrow. It's going to be recorded today, put out tomorrow. So it's live, but like not really. But anyhow, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow.